that's what you do while we wait just for a couple more people to come in. So I have these little things. It's a cute little thing you can do with staff. You could even do it with students, where you talk about like what is inside of this can of soup. Just shout out what you see.
Noodles.
Noodles, rice, but close.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vegetables,
Broth.
broth. And how do we know what's inside of the can?
Words.
Yeah, words.
Ingredient list.
The ingredient list. Yeah, so we know that what's inside of the soup because of the beautiful labels. So you guys get to make your own soup labels to tell us about you. So name on top, I'm Karen. And I am a friend, a partner, mom. I love being creative and being outdoors. And then I just added some little art there. Super fast. It doesn't need to be professional. Melissa, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Melissa. I wrote Mom.
That's all right. We won't
I
tell.
remembered my children and my dogs.
You're
Dog lover,
covered.
Uber driver. My daughter is in 3 sports right now. My son's in 2, so that's all I do is drive around. I'm a teacher and a coach. And I did not.
See, I forgot all my
Yeah.
professional stuff.
there you
So
go.
we're
We make a good team.
well, welcome. Yeah, please fill out your labels so we can know a little bit about you. Hi, Peter. Come on in. And not all the tables have markers, so you might have to share if you see. Feel free to borrow.
Yeah. And kind of writing pencil.
Did you both get a chance to sign in? Have you signed in? Are you comfortable there? Do you want me to put a chair over here for you? We can move it. Oh, there you go.
We got lots of room.
I like your part. Is that better?
I need to know what's inside the soup. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hi, how are you? Good, I'm good. Thank you. Look right at the kitty. I was about to. Oh my God. If I wasn't like such a been here for so long, I probably would have been like, okay. This is really, I spent hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's a job I love because I was
Okay, it looks like some of you are finishing up, so don't worry if you're not quite finished. You can keep going, but when you are ready, you'll just fold it in half and then stick it out so that we can see your name tag, and we'll go around in just a minute and make sure everyone knows each other. Use your nails to crease it inside, or you can.
Well, I over creased it, and then it just wanted to lay down. Sometimes I give it little feet.
There you go. I was gonna do the trifold, but then the soup cans weren't big enough, so it was quite the conundrum.
So we've done 2 things already. We had a paper, and then we had a Friendsgiving and to really enjoy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you probably saw us.
It always made me, when I was out of there.
Okay, we're gonna get started.
That's what I was wondering, like,
Yeah.
which they only use for.
Finish up your last of your conversations. Okay, so I want to make sure we have time to go around the room really quick, and then we're just going to get started. I'm Karen Harshfield. I'm a counselor on special assignment, and I've been in the district for 19 years now. I've been mostly at elementary, but now I get to be K-12, so I get to spend time in the middle and high schools now too, which is pretty fun. Let's just go around the room, and you can just say who you are, maybe 1 or 2 things that are on your soup label. If someone wants to start.
I can start.
Okay, awesome.
My name is Truman. I work at Sonata High School. I'm a mom, a wife, a lover of sunshine, animals, the color pink, and anything cheetah.
Nice.
Anything
Let's just
cheetah?
keep going so we don't miss any.
Okay, I have a lot, so I'll just pick a couple. My name is Byrne. I teach English at San Barlow High School, and that is by chance. I did write that. I'm a mom, a wife, a grandma, and I love to travel.
My name is Rachel Atmore. I'm a counselor at McCarty Middle School, and I'm a mom. I've got 2 boys. I like to run and do some yoga sometimes. Yeah.
Let's get Jade so we don't miss you, and then we'll pop over to this table.
I'm a mom and creative. I'm a leader, daughter, sister, friend.
Awesome.
I'm Jennifer. I work over at Gordon Russell as the past teacher over there. I have fun nails, always. So now you're all going to see my nails. Coffee lover and full of sass.
I'm Lee. I'm a coach and so I'm at the Gresham campus, and I'm a mom, a wife, a Grammy, an artist, photographer, writer.
I'm Kristen Gabori. I am a SPED EA at Hollydale. I'm a mom, wife, grandma.
You're right. Yes. All right, let's go.
Andrea, I'm a sped EA over for the adult living program. I'm all things, mom, cook, maid, planner, driver, coach, all the stuff. I'm just me.
Awesome.
I'm Peter Wilson Gooden, and I teach music over at Hogan Cedars, and I'm dad, partner, friend, dark chocolate lover, budding mixologist. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm Michaela. I'm a Title I EA at East Gresham. I'm a mom, a wife. I put Disney lover, Starbucks addict, sports mom, and that's about it.
All right, thank you. Let's come over here.
I'm Molly, I'm the EL assistant at Clear Creek. Hi. I am a brand new grandma. That just.
Oh, congratulations.
I like to walk, I like to garden, I love to read.
Well, thank you.
Crystal, I'm EA health assistant at Powell Valley. I'm both boy mom, wife, animal lover, reader.
Awesome.
I'm Mitzi Eason. I'm a sped EA at Powell Valley. I'm mom, grandma, fur baby mom, wife, gardener, parent caretaker, teacher, outdoor lover, plant lover, friend.
Okay, I'm Marianne, and I'm at Hall Elementary. Mom of two, I'm also a reader. I'm in the media EA at Hall Elementary. A wife, and I also put Disney lover. And I really do know the difference between rice and noodles, I promise.
Just to clarify.
I just assumed it was chicken.
I'm Sarah DuBois. I'm the director of schools here in our district. I'm new to our district as of July, but I'm 27 here as an educator. I'm a mom of 3 sons who I'm actually about to be an empty nester. I guess that's one thing, 'cause my youngest is a senior. And I guess also technically a newlywed because I got married in June, so.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot, right?
Hi, sorry I'm late. Being late, I hope I gathered enough for my can. I'm Bonnie Erickson. I teach health and PE K-8 at Deep Creek and Damascus, Deep Creek, Damascus. I'm a coach for cross country, track and field. I love to travel. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. I love the outdoors. I love flowers. The beach is awesome. The mountain's awesome.
Awesome. All right.
I'm Terry Rowe. I'm a math teacher at Ray Academy. I put teacher, traveler, partner, cat owner, sports fan, and golfer.
My name's Amy. I am a school social worker over at the Structured Skills Center, and we're located in Damascus. I put on my can crafty, silly, joyful, fur babies, and I'm a big movie lover.
Okay. Welcome. And then Beth just joined us, so I'll give you just a second to say hi too.
Hi, everybody.
So we are super grateful that you could make it. I know it's really hard to do these meetings after school, and so we won't keep you very long. We're going to go through the grant information to make sure you know how that works. We're going to talk about the framework for mini grants and funding for schools. We heard last year it was a little confusing and frustrating to not know how much money you had and like what the parameters were. So we're trying to be a lot more clearer this year. And then we're going to talk about the newsletter, and then at the end we'll just have time for questions or anything, wrapping it up. Okay? Okay. So our mission is to empower Oregon's public education communities to nurture a culture of well-being for all of their employees. So this comes from the Oregon Wellbeing Trust, which is who gives us the grant. Their vision is that every public education community embodies a culture of respect, belonging, safety, and well-being for all. And we got the grant for $100,000 over 5 years, and we're in year 3 with Gresham Barlow this year.
So part of it, Beth and I wrote the grant. And we had to identify 3 SMART goals that we felt that our district could benefit from when we think about employee wellness. So our first SMART goal was to increase staff engagement in employee wellness. By doing that, we send out newsletters, which were once a month. We write insider articles, which come out quarterly, and then we had a booth at Convocation, so everybody kind of got to know who we were. So when we look back at that SMART goal, we've been successful with that. SMART goal number 2 was to obtain participation in district-wide events. This is still an area where we want to continue to grow in. We've done a couple different walking challenges, and we're gonna come up with something district-wide for the spring. But the first thing we wanted was building wellness coordinators. So every site, that includes facilities, technology, SSC, coaches, and every single building has representation, and we were successful with that. We have the Be Well Walker Tracker, so it did change. And then we're putting out individual mini grants to kind of get everybody involved. All of those we'll share out in the slideshow, but all of those are hyperlinks for you to get information or where to apply for grants. And then our third SMART goal is that all of our sites have a personal wellness coordinator, and that's you guys. So part of the stipend, and we're gonna go over that in a minute, is attend a training in the fall. We do a celebration in the spring, completing an activity tracker. Our grant requires that we report back to them how many people we are touching with this money that we are receiving. So it's a quick, like, the building you're from and who participated, essentially, 0 to 5%, or 100% yourself. Promote building wellness activities, and I'm gonna throw you on the spot, but like Peter, I see emails coming from Hope and Cedars, and it's like, we're gonna do a chili cook-off, or we're gonna do a beavers versus ducks competition. So just different things about bringing up staff morale. I've seen you guys were doing at Hall the Walker Tracker Challenge and shooting that out to people. So promoting just activities in your building that we as wellness governing body don't know because we're not in your buildings daily. And then promote district wellness activities and challenges. So you'll see we have the district walking challenge right now, and then there will be another one in the spring, and then sharing out the monthly newsletter. So those are our 3, like, why we're here and why we feel like it's really important that we have everybody kind of on the same page moving forward.
Okay, let's talk about money.
So we just wanted it to be super, super clear how the budget is kind of divvied up at this point. I will say we've just been doing our reconciliation, and we're a little bit higher than that number, but not by a lot. I think by a few $100s. So that's pretty good. That means like what we thought we spent, we were pretty close to. But that's kind of what I had when I created this slide. So a part of that money are the stipends, and everybody gets the same stipend regardless of how big your staff is. Everybody gets the same, as it should be. Then we've held some money aside for some district initiatives and just costs. So that could be like our spring celebration for all of us. That could be something else. That could be a district-wide incentive, or a speaker that the district's going to host. We don't have any plans yet, but those are the kinds of things that can be done with that money. And then this year, and I think this is semi-new.
This is new.
Okay, we've done like a tiered amount for each one of the buildings, and we actually went off the number of staff that you have, because we recognize that $500 only goes so far when you have a much, much larger school and larger staff. So we wanted to just be as fair as we could. So if you have less than 25 staff members, you are at $500, and then you can kind of see how they're tiered. The names are right off there to the right. If we don't have you on there, I thought I got everybody, but if we don't, yeah.
So SSC isn't on there, it's okay. We're labeled as a program, so sometimes it gets caught in the things.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's not on there is the SSSO. And I'm currently on the SSSO social committee.
Okay.
So,
and I thought we had that in the list, but maybe it got.
I don't know if I have it personally.
We will look
I will
both of
check.
those up.
I'll check
Okay.
back in.
And figure out the staff numbers and where you would fall, and we can just email
There's,
I don't
there's
mind-
funding for
I
it,
don't
we
mind
just need to know,
covering,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Both.
that
Mhm.
whole group as a representative, if that works best for the SSSO. Since I'm already on the social committee that is doing exactly what you're saying, they just don't have a budget.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, and if there's other questions, let us know, but basically this is how we divvied it up, and luckily there is that kind of district amount there, so if we've made a mistake, we can fix it, but this was like our staff numbers as of probably September is my guess.
And this is similar how, like, the committee had to make decisions. It was just really stressful. So I don't know if you know, but all of us on the committee are just volunteers. We don't get stipends. We just do it because we love y'all and we want staff morale to be higher. And it became a little stressful and a lot of pressure for us because we want to say yes to everything, and that's not what the grant would let us do. And so Sarah, like having her on board to look over has really helped us to be able to look at how do we make this fair and clear. So I hope that this feels like helpful to you and not stressful to you, that okay, like this is how much money I have this year and this is what we can do with it. So hopefully that's how you're feeling. But are there any questions about the finances or the budget?
Well, so does this actually mean so I'm at Hogan Cedars, so I can just count and have $800 and I don't have to apply?
There's still accountability because we still have to reply to the grant and there's still parameters around it. So we're going to talk a little bit about what the parameters are. But essentially, yes, the $800 would be yours at your school as long as you met the requirements.
Sure.
And then you have to let us know how you're going to do it before you spend it. So that way we can make sure it meets the grant's requirements. Otherwise we get in trouble and we don't want that.
Right, and also like district insurance requirements.
Right.
When I was looking at the OEA website and there's the picture of the goats like right away. Like we have to meet parameters for PACE in order for our insurance to cover the activities that we do. So it's just really good for you to check first, have a plan so that we don't end up with you've spent this money and now the district's saying, yeah, we can't cover that receipt because that store sells alcohol. We have like rules within our district too that we have to follow. But we can figure it all out.
And Carla's here too, and she and I are gonna kind of work together on making sure.
All right. Do you want to, I think everyone mostly knows you, but look, you can go ahead and introduce yourself too.
Sure. I'm Carla Gay. I am Executive Director of Innovation and Partnerships, or other duties as assigned. And one of my favorite duties is social emotional learning and wellness and mental health and all of that. So, and I am supporting Sarah and the team with just trying to make sure that we really do walk our talk when we say we want to support staff wellness. So, exactly.
Jamie, I saw you walk in late too. Do you want to just say hi?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie Sutta. I am the school counselor at Highland Elementary School. Sorry, because I'm walking in late. So are we asking our secretaries to put it on the P card? Is that what we're doing?
I think there's a slide that's going to go over that in just a minute.
Okay.
So hang on, we'll get there.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I missed that note.
No, yeah, we're close. Do you want me to do this?
I can do it. So we wanted to kind of outline just a couple of hopefully expectations because you guys are receiving a stipend. So attending this training, and then the tentative date is May 20th for the one, and we have housed it at district office, and it's a really super mellow, come in, have some snacks, and show off the work we've been doing. And then writing one article for a newsletter, so I'll pass around the sign-up sheet for that, and it will be, it can be an article, it could be a staff highlight, maybe someone just finished their first marathon and want to highlight them, maybe someone is growing a garden and they're trying to eat more organically, maybe someone went through a weight loss journey, so there's that, coming up with a healthy recipe, highlighting one of the activities that you did in your building or a challenge. And then I don't remember the other one.
Do you want me to click on the newsletter?
Sure. Well, it's just a sign up.
Oh, then that won't help. Okay.
And then we're adding this year identifying a community partner. So part of this grant, and don't overthink it, but finding one person in our community that we can partner with. So I'm thinking.
So like
that
Sun would be a
Sun,
great
yep.
example who could provide like Zumba to your staff, and that would be a community partner.
Cairo One, I know some of you had Cairo One. So we have a list kind of what we've already done in the past, but the more that we want to build this and make this sustainable, because if the funding source goes away, we want to have people that maybe can help us with our wellness journey that are community partners. Local gyms, local chiropractors and massage therapists, things like that. And then we're going to ask that there is the community action plan. So we'll click on that and show you what that looks like in just a minute. We're going to ask that you talk to your building admin, talk to your wellness team, your social committee, whatever, however it fits in your building, and come up with a plan for the year. So it might be that you're going to have a potluck every month to bring everybody together and you want to provide the main dish. It might be that we're going to do 3 different challenges, one about healthy eating, one about hydration, and one about tapping into our spiritual and emotional health. But you don't have to be specific. So Peter, like you said, like it can be just kind of an overarching, this is what our plan is to do. You must have principal or administrator approval. And then thinking about what is the intended impact. How many people are you hoping that participate? And then I've linked in there pictures. So as you're doing things, we try to gather pictures both to share out to our community and for our celebration at the end. So insider articles, we can pull pictures, or newsletters. And then if you do, so Jamie, this is kind of your question, you can use a P card, but we just need all receipts, everything to Noel by May 1st because of district spending deadlines. So we have to have them done. So if you have a plan to do something in June, work with one of us to like, how can we make sure we get that covered if it's a purchase order early or whatever.
Can we buy gift cards?
I can answer that. Depends.
So clear.
Where's your answer? It depends on how much, for whom, and where it's from. We used to buy gift cards from like Fred Meyer or Trader Joe's, and because they sell, well, this is for adults, so we can do it for adults, I believe.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So they have put a kibosh on gift cards that the district buys if alcohol is possibly able to be purchased.
And you can't purchase alcohol on Amazon.
Or,
You can't.
and then I think,
Like Starbucks would be fine, BlackRock would be fine.
don't sell alcohol.
Yeah.
Grocery outlet does. Grocery outlet does, okay. What is it? There's another grocery place, because we bought some for our families, that doesn't sell alcohol. So that's the caveat, and what we should do, I don't have my notes out, is get that list. And make sure that we tell people, here's where you can buy gift cards, but give you some guidelines. Good question, but it really does depend. And I do wonder, because mostly our gift cards have not gone to staff. So we could run that by the financial filterer people and see if there's a different filter if we're giving it to staff than to community, and students.
But there are
right
also
now,
plenty of places you can, like
Yeah,
Michael's,
just do Starbucks.
like crafting places, Starbucks, other
Yeah.
coffee places,
Yeah.
yeah.
no CBD shops.
But they don't sell alcohol.
I know, right? Good, let's challenge that.
Okay, so here is the Community Connect plan. This is where you're going to input your plan as far as what you're going to do for the year. So that way we know ahead of time, and if the committee's like, oh, that won't work for the grant, we can let you know before you do it. So that's why you're going to submit a plan this year. The plan needs to be submitted by December 20th. So you have a few weeks to get in, but before the break, because most people will be wanting to spend money by then. So keep in mind, we do need your plan before you start spending money. And Again, all funds need to be by the 1st, and then here's the thing about the gift cards, that it can't be with alcohol, so that's on there. It's actually put twice, so it's clearly important.
We're not even gonna ask.
Oh, you already did.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah.
Gift cards in school districts these days are really discouraged, like, do not buy them because they're like cash. So there's like ethics around it with having gift cards, but I think if it follows those parameters, it's fine. It's not like you're getting a $200 gift card or something.
Most of you did it for little prizes, like you had little competitions and things like that, so they were, yeah. So I think that's an okay use.
We do need the gift cards tracked.
So there is it linked on there? There's a tracking sheet that I created for students.
It's not linked on there.
But I can make sure we share that.
Let me know, I'll share it with you, but it's just basically a way for you when you give in families. We did a lot of gift cards for the student-based health center engagement. So it's just a really simple way to date, who did you give it to, what was the gift card? $5, Starbucks, staff reward, something like that, wellness. It doesn't have to be, but that way there's a documentation of who got the gift card and when.
And then you also need to have the receipt.
Well, yeah, for the purchases of the gift cards, yeah. Yeah, so there's a few more steps if you get gift cards.
But we got you.
It's
Share
possible.
with me and I will do the second step.
Love it. So it's really simple, that what you're going to fill out, basically, obviously your name and location, and then how do you plan to spend the money this year. So that's pretty flexible for you to write in what your plan is. Again, the biggest thing, we want it to reach the most staff as possible, and that's the entire staff. So like if you, for example, I know one of the things is last year that we had to think about is they wanted to do food during conferences, but classified staff weren't there during conferences, and so how are we then going to include classified staff, right? So we really want to think through making sure as many staff as possible are involved in whatever you guys plan. And then, was it approved by your administrator? Hopefully you're not going to mark no, because if you say no, we're coming back to you. So hopefully that's a yes. And then anything else that you want us to know, questions you might have, there's just a little space for that at the end. Questions about this?
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, I need to revisit the gift card with you one more time. Because
Okay.
I live in the high school world where we live on the very edge of the letter of the law.
This is why yeah, do it.
Yeah. So, my question is this. Is it that the district does not want to give a gift card to someone at a place where they can buy alcohol, or they cannot purchase it? So if I got...
It's kind of both.
Okay.
We shouldn't be purchasing something that acts as cash that could go towards alcohol or cannabis or probably fireworks. I don't know.
Sorry, no fireworks.
If I had a restaurant gift card, like to Red Robin,
I get it.
right? Like, or I'm gonna walk into Bocelli's where I know the owner, and I'm gonna say, hey, can you donate a $20 gift card? They sell, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get those donated.
And to be honest, outside of this grant, there shouldn't be any gift cards purchased by schools.
Well, that wouldn't be
Ever. The
purchased.
grant makes it possible.
So, but we're talking, so that's, I would say, a community partnership
Right.
and a donation, and so that is not something we are going to track.
Think about it as like, that's a good point.
So if
So-
I get a community partner to donate like a restaurant gift card,
That's,
I can give
We're
that
not
out to my staff and I don't have to track it, and it's okay if that restaurant has a wine list.
because you're just not even going to tell us about it.
Okay, okay. I don't want to do something that's outside of the rules and the bounds, but I also want to, I want to stretch my budget, and I have a lot of community partners that I can go to.
We
and a lot of
want
stuff
to
I did.
encourage that. We
I
want
know
you
it.
to, yes, we want you to reach out to community partners. The whole point of this grant is to try to get it so that we as a district can sustain it, because we don't want staff wellness to go away when the grant goes away. So we want community partnerships, donations, things like that. That's actually part of the grant that we're working on. So I think community partnerships are
I just
awesome.
don't wanna get in trouble.
Okay. You will hear from us within a couple of weeks when you submit your form, just if we'll say it looks good or can you adjust this. So you'll hear pretty quickly after you submit it.
Except December 20th, is that?
Yep, December 20th.
I think that's on one of the slides.
It is,
but
yeah.
Not on the.
The money, right?
Just Rachel and then Jennifer, that's okay.
So, we just started doing something, I just set out an activity for the staff, and my goal was to have snacks before winter break.
Mhm.
If I can get this plan to you soon, would it be potentially approved?
Yes, will you just like flag Melissa and I so that, because our committee, I just would want to make sure our committee would meet in time for that to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it might be that we have to do a via email, like, do we approve her?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on the Education Foundation too, and sometimes we have to do that, and it's a timely thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, good question.
We would want you to still do it. Okay, and then Jennifer.
So the community connection or connect plan is for like money, but not if we're just like having a potluck or like doing something or not actually spending money.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
But we still want your pictures.
We still want to hear about it.
I mean, yeah, I'm just
Yeah, we
like,
wanna
thinking, like, if I don't
celebrate it, so.
necessarily know what I want to spend money on by December 20th, like, does that have to be in by that point, like, for sure?
I would think of something that you can think of your staff would enjoy, because you did this last year too. And there is a link in here too, I believe, of all the activities. There's also a
But
link of
everyone
like
has done.
do's and don'ts. All right, so we'll show you that, but if you need ideas, like you know your staff best. You know, whether after hours activities are fun, if they like challenges, if they like, so I would just even give a general idea, this is what the plan is, and if it changes, we are around in all the buildings, so don't fret.
Okay.
Our goal is to get back to you within 2 weeks. You guys didn't see that.
So here's an example of approved versus unapproved activities. So again, we're trying to think of like sustainability. What are some things that we could do to start thinking about long-term as a district? Are there things buildings could support to?
And insurance will cover.
And insurance will cover. We did have an injury, so we're a little more sensitive to that than we have been. It was one of the wellness activities, so we're a little more cautious now. Book studies, having a speaker come in and talk about wellness or doing activity. We had someone did a cooking class at one school. We had someone come out and teach. I think it was like yoga. We had someone come talk about just wellness in general. So just you can be creative with that. A community service project where your school needs a little bit of funds to be able to go do something at the retirement home together, because we know that giving back fills our own buckets. And so if we're asking the community to do things, maybe it would be cool to do a community service project. Coffee or tea bars are really popular. Excursion activities that are accessible to all. So again, just thinking about your abilities in your schools and making sure it's accessible to everyone. Walking challenges, art classes, financial presentations. So things that are not approved examples, massage chairs, and the reason being that they take a lot of money to upkeep. So like thinking about if you purchase something, who is going to pay for the upkeep of it? So that's part of what we had to decide in the grant. That's one of their requirements.
But you could hire somebody to come in and do massages with their massage chair.
That would be approved. Because then we're not paying for their upkeep. They have to pay for that on their own. Again, consider liability. So exercise equipment, because of liability, is not approved for this grant. Excursion activities that are not accessible for all staff, or activities that include alcohol. Questions? Yes.
So to make book studies accessible,
Mm-hmm.
can that money go towards the purchase of audiobooks if
Yeah,
needed by
absolutely.
individuals?
Mhm.
But needed by individuals, not accessible, like, because you can't pay for like 500 or 100 different subscriptions.
So what we would want you to do is put it in the plan what you're thinking so that our committee can make sure it meets the grant requirements.
Okay.
But I think we could
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like a pretty reasonable.
I won't be doing it, I don't think that's something.
That's probably
my
not your
is,
group?
like down for
Okay.
it. But I was thinking about if it does come up, I want to make sure accessible to all and audiobooks.
Absolutely.
It does say book study, but it could also be like a book club kind of thing, just without the wine.
Or just don't put the wine on the list.
Grape juice first. Free wine.
If it's after hours somewhere else and we're not purchasing it, that is up to you. All right. Any other questions?
It was donated.
This has never happened, Sarah. We've never had these conversations. Keep going.
It's true, it's true. All right, any other clarifying questions about what you could or could not ask for? Okay.
And please do add to the list. There's a list in there too. So if you guys
Absolutely.
have something in your facilities, had like the PERS people come and do a financial presentation, said it was fantastic. So anytime you come up with a cool idea, throw it out there for others.
So when you get this is the link where it says approved activities. There's a link that you can go into and it has everything that we've approved for the last 3 years.
So it says including animals, so that's like llamas coming on site. That's the
Yes.
example? Okay.
Even though I love animals.
I feel like the school did like dogs last year.
We had dogs at the wellness. We did.
Yeah, but you,
So technically, our district has a policy that no animals are allowed on site because of allergies. So it would have to go through their pre-approval process, which can happen, but it's a thing. Like to have an animal come to a building, it has to have a
We've got a lot of mice at Hogan Cedars.
right? We let them everywhere.
I would like pictures of the organization of wellness.
they give them cheese.
I'm waiting for them to sew a dress.
Now, what about going off-site to see animals?
This is Beth.
Okay, Beth, come
As long
on.
as it's accessible.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, those of you who have been with us in the past are probably familiar with our 6 pillars of wellness, which are all up here. So physical, mental, and emotional, financial, social, environmental, and spiritual.
Beth, I'm going to put this on you.
Okay. I have been dubbed. Okay. Can you go ahead and click forward? Oh, yeah, please. So why I'm showing you that is a nice segue into the newsletter. So last year, honestly, it was mostly Melissa who did the newsletter. And it ends up taking more time than one thinks. So we thought this year we're going to spread the wealth. And what I have in my hand is the little sign-up sheet, which I'll send it around here in just a minute. So when Melissa was saying different things that you can contribute, you don't have to do every single thing by any stretch. We're asking you to do at least one. If newsletters are your thing and you want to contribute more than one thing, you're certainly more than welcome to. So some of the options, an informational article. For example, a topic around one of the 6 pillars of wellness. And I'll show you a couple of example newsletters here in just a minute. Last year we did one, I think, Melissa, you had one that was around winter, diminishing wintertime stress or, kind of depression sorts of things. So something like that. We always encourage pictures because, when you have pictures in newsletters, you're a little more apt to be like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Another option is a staff member highlight, and Melissa gave a couple of examples there. So if there's somebody that you know in your building who has done something around wellness, I'm thinking, for example, at Gresham High School, Colleen Jones is, this year she's teaching a Peace in Schools class. That's for students, but in order to do that, she went through the Peace in Schools, their whole program. So that might be a cool thing to do. And of course, it could be a physical activity. It could be, a variety of things. So again, identifying one staff member that would share their wellness story. It even could be you. And it could also be any of those 6 pillars. So it doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental, emotional. It could be something social. It could be financial, what have you. Okay. Another one is the building activities. So those are the things that kind of the bread and butter, right? Those are the potlucks. Those are the walker challenges, stuff like that. So if you want to write about something about what your building has done, it's the art class that we did after hours or what have you. So that's a building activity, and then near the end here we have recipes. Again, that was something that Melissa shared last year, was just a really simple recipe that maybe hits all the one of the main food groups. Could be vegetarian, it could have meat, could be one that goes both ways, but just something that that folks who are reading are like, that looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll try that tonight or next week or what have you. And then the last one is a wellness tip. And what we mean by that is simply that if you come across something that you really, that you read about, that you want to try, and you do try it, and it could be something that folks do at home or do, during their prep or at lunch or something like that. That's kind of what we mean about a wellness tip. Can you go ahead and...
Yeah, chair yoga.
Yeah. So we'll show you, here are some samples from last year. From November, December, and January. So like this one, we didn't have photographs, but this is the desk yoga. So that's something that somebody could do just on their own at their desk. We also have our topic here was ways to support social health. We had a chicken soup recipe and onward. So we've got wellness activities from different buildings. We've got, again, healthy meals, walker tracker winners, things like that. So again, we'll share this. You'll certainly have the slides available to you. In fact, are they on the? We'll do it right now. We'll put them on the calendar invite.
We also wanted to make sure the newsletter was helpful to you. And some people were like, well, I didn't have time or I didn't get to it. So by sharing what we're doing in our buildings, that will be super helpful to other people to be able to get ideas and learn from each other. And I think that would just make the newsletter more helpful. So that's part of the reason we wanted to.
And you'll notice too, we're not asking for like a 500-word article. It really is, little paragraph.
I teach littles. So I don't write a 500-word article, so think little, like something that's quick, manageable.
It shouldn't take you a lot of time.
No.
Okay, I think that's it. Do you have any more?
So please sign up for one, or if you're like, no, I really have 2 staff I want to highlight, feel free to take 2. We can fill in the rest.
So we're just going to start it here and we'll bring it around.
We're asking, hopefully, that we could get the, whatever you're contributing by the 2nd week of the month before it's due. So like December, obviously is a quick turnaround, so we will do something for December. Well, or
if someone wants to sign up, they can.
Yeah. But hopefully so that we can compile it together and send it out on the 1st of the month.
And you're not in charge of the whole newsletter either, so we will still contribute to it, but it will be a whole lot better of a newsletter getting ideas from you. All right, questions? Lingering thoughts?
Are we just sending it like, hey, here's like what we would like to put in? We're not putting it in any kind of format yet.
Nope, you just send it to us.
And we have a wellness email, which I will also, we can send out to everybody too.
Yeah, we will add that on here, sorry.
Just so I can wrap my head around things. So sorry. So if for January, what magical day would you like it turned in December?
Great question.
I'll tell you what, I'll send out a list of deadlines. We're going to say like the end of the 2nd week of the month.
Yeah.
But I'll send out a list of
right before
specific
winter
dates.
break. I would super appreciate that.
That's a great idea. Thanks, Amy.
Sorry, I'm a
No, that.
This day,
Mhm.
the week will come and it will go, and I will apologize.
That makes perfect sense. We will get that.
I will say too that I already see things happening in your buildings that I've never heard of before that kill me. I think they're so awesome and hilarious, like DCB. Somebody's here from DCB.
Bonnie.
Bonnie. Turkey in your trousers is so funny to me. And like not expensive, but fun and like an inside joke. I knew a school one time that they made awards for the parents in their pickup line. Like, you know, most likely to fall asleep while they're waiting for their kid, best pickup line pet, and they gave them to the parents and took pictures, and it was hilarious. So, I mean, there's so many cool, great ideas.
You just did anything but a cup at East Gresham?
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen people do like kind of more fancier hand soap, make sure you get one that's unscented, and there's like a little tag on it that says you deserve a hand. I've seen, there's so many good ideas, so just, we should share as much as we can to give each other.
And Pal Val, I'm just, tell them about your new birthday idea. I think it's super fun.
Oh, we are giving a card and a balloon to everybody on their birthday.
Isn't that so fun? It's so small.
But it's nice.
Yeah.
We do a card and a small.
You guys just did
Guys
balloons
all
today.
did card at
Oh,
Holiday.
what? Oh, the balloon parade?
Over at SSC, we have prize boxes, so I'm building a birthday box.
You just got to make one for the grown-ups too, because we need fun too.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
it's the
Oh,
grown-up
that's so fun.
birthday. Yeah.
Turkey in your
You
trousers.
get a pumpkin in your pocket too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did pumpkin in your pocket, and we did another one where you, what was it?
Can you
Something was hidden around the school.
explain what that turkey in your pocket trouser?
So, thank you. Randomly, the principal puts a little turkey.
They're tiny.
In people's boxes for the day. And you put your turkey in your pocket, your turkey in your trousers. And if somebody comes up to you during the day and says, "Got turkey in your trousers?" you have to give it up. And if at the end of the day, you still have your turkey, you can turn it into the office for the prize box.
Do you have to give them,
And the
if
principal
you
puts
have
them back.
5, just say like you end up with 5 and somebody says, do you have a turkey in your trousers? Do you have to give all 5 of them?
Well, you're not supposed to have more than one.
Oh, gotcha.
But that's a
You have
good point. Yeah, if you have one, you don't ask anybody.
Or
Don't keep asking.
Your beads one, where they have like
Yeah.
the Mardi Gras beads, and if they see each other in the hallway, if you see someone else with beads, you have to rock, paper, scissors them for their beads. And then you can take their beads, and whoever's the beads at the end.
Paul did that.
Just
Yeah, Clear Creek did too.
stuff that gives you a minute to laugh.
Yeah.
You can be on your way to the office for the prize box and be stopped by an EA who says, "Hey, you got a turkey in your trousers."
Bonnie's a little traumatized by this. I'm not sure if you should do this one.
If you said a turkey in your trousers in a middle school or
So she'll put it back.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, after you have signed up for the newsletter, you are free to go, but you can't leave until you've signed up for the newsletter.
Your
Yes.
question?
Where is this wellness plan? I saw the email format.
Yeah, I get it too because I accidentally deleted the calendar invite, so I don't have
Oh,
access to the
okay.
calendar invite. But it will all be in there. All of the slides will be in there, and we'll send a follow-up email, and everything is linked in there. So if you bookmark your slides, everything you need is in that slide deck. As well as our emails, so
Yeah.
we all have access to the wellness email, so if you email a question.
It
one
goes
of
to
the-
all of us.
One of the, and 2 are not here, Noelle Thielen is not here, and Gloria Cole is also part of our group. So it will come to one of us. Good question. And we're here to help, so if you guys need ideas or you need help putting together little gift things for your staff or furniture that you purchased or whatever.
We're pretty good at
We
building
are.
furniture.
We are.
I'm just saying.
So please reach out.
But you can't build massage chairs.
Not massage chairs. It has to be able to be maintained.
I don't understand. I've had my massage chair for 17.
I hear they're hit and miss. I've heard some that last forever, and I've heard some like break after a year. So I've heard both. Yeah. Yeah.
1980s.
I think it's because they get used so much in a building.
Yeah, I know.